Thanks, Goose. Volume is a stylish top-down stealth game brought to us by Mike Bithell, who created the charming platformer Thomas Was Alone.
Thomas was alone. Wow. A weird first thought to have.
This is a pure stealth game, by which I mean there is pretty much no combat. So you won't be sneaking up behind guards and snapping necks or whipping out your silenced pistol. Guards will happily punch your ticket if they spot you and manage to catch you though.
The goal in each level is to simply collect all the shiny diamonds scattered around. Once you grab them all, the exit opens up and you just have to walk into it. Level complete.
You have a few classic stealth tools at your disposal too. For example, you can whistle or use parts of the environment to create distractions.
Is there someone out there?
There are bright cones of vision and obvious patrol paths as well, so it's always pretty easy to see where to go and what to do.
I did think this game is a bit too easy, actually. There were only a couple of times I had to stop and really think about how to get past a set of guards, and the checkpoints are super generous, so I was never afraid of being caught.
I thought there were some moments of decent challenge. I mean, sure, it's easy to see what needs to be done, but it can still take a few goes to actually pull it off. It's not what I'd call a hard game, but it's still satisfying to beat. And as things progress, things do get more complicated.
Yeah, one thing they've done really well is that drip feed of new ideas. Every few levels, you'll find a new guard type, a new gadget,
I reset you.
or an environmental hazard gets added into the mix. So there are always these new wrinkles being folded in, which helps keep you engaged. Some gadgets felt pretty overpowered though, especially since guards are quite dumb anyway and will give up looking for you very easily.
I didn't think that was a negative though, since it's actually an essential mechanic. Distracting them from their paths and then hiding is just part of your arsenal. And I thought it gave everything a great sense of improvisation. I mean, often your plans will go horribly wrong, but somehow you manage to twist and turn those disasters into some cobbled together success.
I just felt like I was able to game the system too easily with those overly generous checkpoints and that predictable AI. I wasn't a fan of the music either. Every time you get spotted and that music plays, it was just starting to grate on me by the end of the game. It's just too epic, Hex.
It gets the blood pumping though.
It does, but not after the 1000th time.
I'm undecided. Blocking your use of the
Plus it
volume-
interrupts dialogue and causes it to reset, which gets annoying since you end up hearing the same start to the same sentence over and over.
I'm undecided. Blocking your use of the volume would be a binary.
Yeah, sometimes you do just have to stop moving so that you can focus and just listen to what everyone is saying.
No one's stopping this stealth machine, Hex.
Thank you. You didn't have to.
I did.
Most levels only take a few minutes to complete. They do come with a par time though, so there's an emphasis on being as fast and efficient as possible.
There's no penalty for going over par though, as far as we could tell. You still unlock access to the next level if you go over, so there's really only as much pressure on you as you want, which is kind of cool. And even though the levels are short, there are 100 of them in the main campaign, so it will take a while to play through them all. And there's a level creator too, so there's always a supply of user-made levels to tackle.
And you can actually play the user-created levels instead of the main levels in the game, and they still count to the story, which is such a clever idea. And they even weave the story into those levels too. So if you do find some of the main game a bit easy, you can try and hunt down some harder user creations for more of a challenge. What do you think of the actual story though, Hex?
Well, this is billed as a sort of futuristic retelling of Robin Hood.
Hi, Rob. Alan.
It's the year 2050 and you play as Rob, who's fighting back against an oppressive corporation using Alan, a type of AI known as a volume.
I was a bit confused, Hex. Is this some sort of simulation? Is he stealing from real people? Is it a game? I don't know, I wasn't paying that much attention, I was just stealing all the gems.
Oh, I kind of liked it, and I thought it had some worthwhile comments to make on society and artificial intelligence and so forth. And I was glad to hear Sean Wallace return to voice the AI.
Not actually 100% sure your solution is optimal, but proud.
And Andy Serkis actually plays the villain, so the voice acting is top notch.
You inspire messy people, Loxley. People who get caught. People who take weapons into my friends' homes, just in case.
I didn't like Rob much though, he just sounded a bit out of place.
I've been training as long as I can remember. I was set to follow in my parents' footsteps. You're actually the same model as my first volume, Retro.
Yeah, he did a bit, but to be fair, it's tough going up against two voice actors like that. What are you giving it?
I know I've been quite negative in this review, Hex, but I did actually quite enjoy this game. There is a lot to like here, but I just didn't love it, so I'm giving it 2.5 stars.
Well, it's not without its flaws, but I was always keen to jump into the next level. It's stylish, bite-sized stealth with an interesting take on user-generated content, so I'm giving it 3.5 stars.